What's going on YouTube? So I'm back with another one. So this is the first time I'm going to be doing a reaction video. This is going to be the first reaction video I'm going to do, and of course I'm going to start with Mr. Dr. Umar Johnson, right? So let's get into it with this video quickly. Yeah, let's go.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade, Intercontinental Ifatunde RB Jesus, coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my continental Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Brazil and my South American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to Panama and Costa Rica, my Central American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix, my Philly, my Jersey, my Maryland, my Baltimore, my Georgia, my Florida, my Arkansas, Alabama, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City Africans. It's your big brother King Kong. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank...
Yo, let me pause this. Let me tell you something about con artists. When they have to repeat things 3 times, it's because they're thinking about what to say after the things they're repeating. So just keep that in mind. Notice when he repeats it 3 times, he's trying to think of what to say. You gotta remember when, someone like Umar Johnson has a slick mouth, yeah? So, they're very academically smart, right? Book smart, should I say. But when they're saying things 3 times, it's because they're trying to think about what they're gonna say after that to make it more impactful, yeah? So let's get on to the video.
Told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account.
You notice how he's repeating himself again 3 times? I was told that someone tried to gain access. 3 times. You don't have to say things 3 times, especially when you're recording a video. People can always play back and listen to what you got to say. But the fact that he's saying it is because he's thinking of what to say. Let's go with it.
And the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my suspicion.
That's his phone, not mine.
I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested, because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a...
I told you guys, when someone's got to repeat what they're saying more than 3 times, is because they're thinking about what to say. And I always said this before, and I'll say this now. Majority of the people that follow Dr. Umar Johnson can't think for themselves. They don't think for themselves. That's why he's probably got to repeat it, because the people that's following this guy are slow. Come on, man. Who doesn't know that if you're doing fraud in someone else's account, it's a crime? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So I don't understand why someone's got to repeat that. Like, you know, people don't know that. It's because the people that he's talking to are slow. They can't think for themselves. But I'm gonna get to that when we finish watching this video.
Bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
You know what? Who's still sending this guy money, bro? Like, it's mind blowing to think there's people still sending this man money, bro. Like, it's like where you guys from? Like, you guys must be balling. I ain't gonna lie. If you're sending this guy money, bro, you must be balling. You must go out like that, because it's like, you know, it's been over a decade since no school has been created, right? You do know that, right? And I'm gonna break it down to you guys to let you know exactly what I think about this situation, because I've actually encountered Dr. Umar Johnson before. So I'm gonna break all of that down. You don't just stay tuned to the end of this video.
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy if you want to make a donation.
Here we go again with him repeating it again like we did him the first time.
To the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist.
Enough of that, man. Let's get to it. Around 2014, I remember when Dr. Umar Johnson came to Finsbury Park, and that's in London, right? And I had one of my brethren that told me, listen, he's got a ticket for this guy's, should I say, yeah, some type of TED Talk kind of shit, right? I was like, you know what, like, I don't know, because, I got to close the shop around 8 o'clock. Them times I had my barber shop and I had staff members. And then it's because of one of my staff members said, Raw D, like, I kind of like Dr. Umar Johnson because he was one of those pro-black, Africanism type of dude, right? So I was like, you know what, like, bet, you know what, let's go. So we all went to this seminar that he had got going on, right? And I was sitting down. I was like, you know what, this should be interesting. I went there with an open mind. And the things I was hearing this brother was saying out of his mouth was mind blowing, bro. I look to my left, I look to my right, and I see all these people mesmerized by his words that he was using. Because I ain't gonna lie, he's a very educated brother in terms of, knowing how to put his words together. He's very slick with the words. When you encounter someone that use a lot of big words and they hide behind their big words, more times they're full of shit. You know what I'm saying to you? But anyway, academically, he's smart, right? So I was sitting down, I was listening to what he was saying, right? And the type of things this guy was preaching, I just thought to myself, I was like, man, this sounds like hate speech, man. Shit, goddamn. I looked around and I saw all these people wearing dashiki that had the cane in their hands and all of that. And I asked myself, I was like, wow, like, bro, where am I, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on over here? And the type of things he was preaching was that we need to open up black banks for black people only. We need to open up black school for black school only. We need to have black dollar circle around black community only. Don't all of this shit, yeah. And I was sat down. I thought to myself, yo, when it comes to business, bro, money doesn't have no color, bro. Like that's not actually a smart move to do. And I was just like, okay, let me hear what he's got to say more because his words he was using was so impactful where I was just like, let me listen more. And then I just came to my senses. I was like, yo, this is bullshit. And then he was asking questions for people, anyone that has questions and whatnot. And I put my hands up and I said, wow, are you aware that this type of message that you're preaching is more leading to more to racism and hate speech? Like you're telling a lot of people that ain't got shit going on for themselves that this is how they need to be acting, but they ain't got shit going on for themselves. And the same people they hate, they work for. Make it make sense. I said, if we're going to talk about pro-black, I'm the only person that's pro-black here because I'm the only business owner here that's hired people that's, off the same color as me. And I did have some people that's non-black as well. But at the time where I was at was with a black employee staff member that I had, right? So I was just like, right, like, I mean, like I got, employees myself, but I would never ever say this type of things that you're saying. And then I start to notice that the people that's following him was lost because the same guy that took me there was lost at the time until I had to show him how to think for himself and how to maneuver. And, by the grace of the Most High, this guy's flourishing. He's you know what I mean? He's got his own restaurants. And if I speak to him now about that, he'd be like, you know what, bro, I was lost at the time, You feel me? Because money don't have no color, bro. You can't have that mindset and run a business. So anyone that's non-black, you're going to turn them away. So you're going to turn money away because of color. So anyway, I knew this guy was full of shit anyway. So I was just like, wow, this guy's a serious con artist, bro. Like, he's really touring out here and talking shit. And people are really buying his ticket. I was like, you know what, bro? I love to see a brother get money. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be a customer. You feel what I'm saying to you? Because I got my own brain and I got my own mind and I know how to navigate. So I say that to say, so I got up now and then I was just like, you know what? All you guys around here, and I'm an outspoken brother, right? I don't give a flying cuss about no one's feelings. You feel me? Especially if I don't agree with what you're preaching. And I said it. If you guys want to actually go through the net or find this seminar that he had in Finsbury Park, feel free to find it. You probably might see me standing up telling everyone, you lot are full of shit. All you lot coming here with your dashiki talking about black power this, but you're really the same people that you hate and you're turning like. So it doesn't really make any sense. How you gonna have a school and it's just gonna be catered to just only black kids? Come on, man. Sometimes you need to mix it a bit so people can have different experience, different culture. You know what I'm saying to you? Learn from different culture. That's what makes you, advance, So as time went on, I was like, yo, bro, I told my brethren, yo, bro, don't invite me to none of this shit again, bro. I am not interested. And he was like, yeah, bet, say less, because I felt like he felt a bit embarrassed when I was there sticking on all these people with that sheik, and he was telling me, David, sit down, allow it. I was like, no, man, fuck that, man. Fuck this nigga, man. This nigga's talking shit, bro. He's the blind is leading the blind. But anyway, so that's my first encounter in this guy. Like, I knew it like 11 years ago that this guy was full of shit. But I didn't want to say too much because, you know, he had a lot of strong followers. And at the time, I had a barbershop and, you know, some people was looking up to him and they thought like, yeah, he's the savior. I don't know, like, why does niggas always look for saviors, though? I always wonder, like. But anyway, so I was just like, bro, this guy's a full of shit, bro. Don't listen to this guy, bro. Have your own mind and navigate where you got to navigate in this world. At the end of the day, the Most High is never going to put you in a position that he knows you can't handle. So have faith in yourself. That's the only shit I preach. You feel me? But I say that to say to you guys is the truth will always come into light. For a grown-ass man to come in the camera to tell you his problems and tell you to send him money is pathetic. You're begging. Begging is begging. Begging is actually a sin. If you have 2 legs, 2 hands, and you're very academically smart like this guy, and you're going on camera asking people for money, you're begging, you're a con artist. Because you have a degree, a doctor is the first, come on, bro. Calling someone doctor, bro, it's a high status, bro. Like, that's a big deal. Imagine someone calling me Dr. David. That's a big deal. Are you trying to tell me you ain't got a job, bro? You ain't got a profession, bro? You ain't got like a source of income that can, you know, sustain you for just in case things like this happen? So even if things like this happen, you trying to tell me you don't have another bank account, bro? You don't have another bank account, bro. Like, what are we saying here, bro? Like, and it's funny as well. It's like the Most High has a funny way of making someone expose themselves without them not even knowing they're exposing themselves. And I love the fact that a lot of people are making content on this brother, because I need people to make as much content on this brother, because he's actually hurting the community that he's saying that he's trying to help. You're hurting the community, bro. Everything you preach is black this, you're not supposed to integrate, you're not... Bro, what's all that about, bro? Like, I don't understand, bro. I can't make money like that if I'm only just catering to blacks, bro. That don't make no sense, bro. I'm trying to get the big bucks, fam. I'm trying to cater to all race. Like, when we talk about race, bro, and we talk about color, bro, it's actually a broke man's sport. Even though I do know that I'm not going to be naive and say there ain't no racism about. There's racism everywhere, bro. But if you don't know how to navigate through that, then, bro, like, you can't think for yourself at the end of the day. It's a broke man's sport to hate another motherfucker because of his color, or you don't want to do a business with another person because of his color. That don't even make any sense, bro. How you going to get money like that, bro? Think about it, yeah? We didn't need to know about his baby mom drama. We all, I mean, everyone has dramas, bro. But we're not going to come on here and tell you our drama. We're going to figure it out ourselves and then come on here and show you positivity and show you how to get through that. We're going to be coming on here telling you that, oh yeah, I don't talk to my daughter. I don't talk. Like, what's all that about, bro? That's very, very childish. And you know what's so funny as well, fam? I feel like he should do stand-up comedy, you know. When I think about it, Dr. Umar Johnson is a very funny guy, bro. I feel like he should do stand-up comedy. Now, seriously, do stand-up, bro. If you do see this video, bro, do stand-up, bro. You have a talent of being funny without you even knowing. Real shit. You're funny, bro. So anyway, guys, listen. I'm going to start doing more reaction videos as well. This is the first reaction video I'm going to do. And it had to be Dr. Umar Johnson because I've been watching him, bro. I've been watching him and I've been seeing the buffoonery that he's been keeping up to. And I'm glad that now, actually, I'm not glad. I don't really like seeing a brother go through, you know, shit like this. But niggas need to get exposed sometimes. And I'm glad everyone's waking up and smelling the coffee and understanding that, yo, this is not the way to go. And having this type of hate in your heart will only lead to you being in the position that he's in right now. And I guarantee you this, the only reason why probably he ain't got a job, because the people that he wants to go get a job from see shit on the internet and say, nah, we can't fuck with you, man. You have a lot of hate in you, man. We ain't fucking with you. And now you on the internet begging people for money. I guess that's probably what it is, though. I don't know. You told me. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe. And yeah, man, stay blessed.